welcome to the short LATEX training. In today's training, we are going to discuss about the brackets or parentheses and its adjustment with respect to the content. This training is provided on Overleaf. So let's move to the Overleaf. So in previous two lecture, we discussed these two topic, powers and rows, different kind of fraction and creating a space. And now we are going to discuss the brackets and its adjustment. So let's start with a fraction, which we discussed in the previous lecture. So in the fraction, you have this option. So now if you want to put a bracket in the fraction, so you just put it here, this two bracket or parenthesis. So if you see that the outcome is not satisfactory, so it is very, very odd. So we need a little bit bigger so that the content of this fraction should be inside the bracket. So for that, what are the options we will have? So let's check about it. So first option is that we put a big before the parenthesis. So put a big, and here is big. So it is better than the previous parenthesis or previous bracket, but it's not yet appropriate. So same way you can change this bracket whenever you need it with curly bracket or rectangular bracket. Okay, so as it is not acceptable yet, so what is the next option? So next option is this one. Here is BIG, B with small, and here is backslash BIG with capital, and both side is same. So if you don't put another side, let's say if you don't put on the right side, then there will be just looking the different brackets. Okay, so it is as before the normal bracket, but left side is the big bracket. Okay, so now in both sides it is better, but yet not satisfactory with respect to the size of the fraction. So what is the next option is there? The next option is BIGG. So here 1G, and now it is double G, and with B is small. So again, it's much closer and better, but yet maybe not satisfactory to accept in some journals or some articles. They maybe want more large size bracket. So one option is that you can make it with T fraction. So if you put a T fraction here, it's reduce the size and it is coming there exactly inside. But let's say the structure is going like that, T fraction is not allowed. So you have to use the fraction. So in such cases, what you will do, you can have here another option is big, BIGG. Here B is capital and same way big. So now if you see that here your option is coming exactly inside as required. But the problem is that if there is a more bigger fraction, let's say this example. Now in this example, it is going out again. So we don't have further option of this adjustment. Means how many trial we will do it. So natural question arises that is there any automatic way to adjust the brackets? So answer is yes. And we'll see that with this last fraction, big one. And if you put it here, left and right. So it is now inside the bracket. Okay, so now let's see if you have to take this one in other way. And let's say you want to further increase this fraction. Okay, make it bigger fraction. So can it automatically adjust? So we'll see that here in the next fraction. Yes, it's adjust automatically. Okay, so it is better to use left and right to have bigger adjustment. Now, if you have, let's say, you don't want this bracket, you want curly bracket. So what we can do it here for the curly bracket, you will do just put left and right. Okay, so then you will have this options. And then if you want the rectangular bracket, then you have to put just left and right like this way. Okay, now that let's say you want a only one-sided bracket, not the other side. Then what you have to do it, if you are using left, so you have to put it left, the bracket, and then right is dot, or vice versa. Means if you want on left side no bracket and right side the curly bracket, so you have to put it like this. Okay, so next is that, and if you want on the left hand side the curly bracket and right hand side is dot, it will be like this. And this is, you are familiar with this part, that this is a this expression is used to write the piecewise function. So we will discuss it in the next lecture. Next, another one we have here, the means ceiling function. So if you are maybe familiar with this notation, this. Okay, so in this case it is uh, LCEIL RCEIL. Now if the inside fraction is smaller, then you may avoid this big writing. Okay, so you can just write L cell and R cell. Okay, for example, if you have a small number, if it is written is let's say without fraction, it is written like this. Okay, 3, or let's say have fraction 3/4. Now this is like this. Okay, now if you have a t fraction, so it is very small to be considered here. So in this case, you may avoid big, and you just write L CEIL and RCEIL. So this is enough to consider it. But if you feel that it is going little bit bigger outside, so you can put just big and big. So this is just an adjustment based on your content. And same way, if you have the float function, so it is, you have to write it big L float and big R float. Okay. So this can also be written as big if you have some bigger expression. So you can write it like big, and let's say it's do not have the t fraction, it has a fraction. Yeah, so it will be closed form like this. Okay, so that's all about the brackets and parentheses. And next lecture we are going to discuss about the piecewise function.